guys. No free reads tonight. We are just going to do donations for this evening. So try again. I think it's been like 7 streams, I think I counted, since I've done a stream like this where we're not doing free readings. So it is very often that I offer them, but we're just not doing them tonight. Hey Philomena, thank you for the donation. Let's take a look. Lily, I'm not doing free readings tonight. Please make sure that you're reading the chat and the description, because sometimes I don't do free reads. Philomena, I did get your donation, so we can go ahead and get started with you if you're ready. Fabian, I used to not answer questions about third party, and I still don't unless it pertains to you. So if you're just wanting to spy on another couple, and it's not really affecting your personal life or your decisions that you're making, then no, I don't want to do that. But if this is going to help you understand better how to move forward with someone, and you just need to look into what's going on with them, then yes, I will. But you have to have a reason. Philomena, I'm shuffling for you. SB, hey, I got it. Thank you. You'll be after Philomena, okay, SB? Did you get a new profile picture? Hey, Amy. So, Philomena, I am getting celebrations here. We have 3 of Cups, celebration, socializing, festivities, happiness, hard work paying off. So I think getting as much preparation done before then would be good, because I have the 8 of Pentacles, and this talks about working hard up until the end, but all of your hard work being for something that you will eventually be proud of. having pride in the work that you've done. I also see the Chariot, victory and overcoming obstacles. And Three of Pentacles indicates quality work. Quality work. Let's see. So far, I feel like it means that things are going to go really well for you. That your hard work will pay off. The Hermit is here, which I feel indicates that this is something that's very important to you, something that you feel is fueling your purpose or your life purpose. And therefore, it's a lot of extra pressure because it's something you feel like you're supposed to be doing. Judgment. Final examination. As you sow, so shall you reap. So I think that this is basically just a entire reading of saying that your dedication is going to prove whether or not this works out for you. Your hard work is going to prove how this works out for you. So as long as you feel you have been putting your all into this and you feel like you are trying your best and doing your best, I feel like you will be rewarded. And with the Three of Cups, it does make me feel like you will have something to celebrate at the end of this. Philomena, I wish you good luck on that. I know that you're very nervous. I hope that everything goes well for you. All right, so Philomena, that is where I'll conclude your reading. Good luck with everything. Please come back and let us know how you did. We are working on SB now. Fabian says, need to know the nature, the energy of this relationship or connection between my person and third party. Fabian, that's fine. I will do a reading on that. Let me know when you donate it, okay? All right, so Amy said in-depth and mini. Okay, let me check. Yep, in-depth and mini. I got you, Amy. So I'm going to throw up on the screen really quickly the order of the donations that we have, just so everyone knows where they are. Fabian, I'm just going to add you to the list, but I'll confirm when I receive your donation, okay? Love Spread, Jade, Virgo, and SB. SB, thank you for checking in. Okay, Dodger, not free. Not tonight, I'm sorry. You can donate. All right, so SB, UNJ Virgo overall is looking pretty good for the most part here. I see that there is some confusion, a little bit of confusion, or maybe like uncertainty, like not like you're uncertain of where this is going to go uncertainty, but like not sure what to do uncertainty. Okay, so I have how they feel about you, the sun. Oh, that's cute. Their true intentions, King of Cups. What you want, strength. What they want, Nine of Swords. What brings you together, Four of Pentacles. Or sorry, that was messed up. What they want, Nine of Swords. What brings you together, Two of Pentacles. What pulls you apart, Four of Pentacles. Energy around the relationship, Knight of Cups. What's hidden, Page of Pentacles. And will the relationship be successful, the Fool. So let's just kick this thing off the way I normally like to start it is, will the relationship be successful? Because that's going to kind of create an underlying theme here for the entire reading. And I am getting a, I feel like it's a maybe leaning towards a yes. I do feel like the Fool here indicates that it would be good for the relationship for you guys to have a clean slate. So if I remember correctly, if this is a new relationship, this is a good thing because it's allowing you guys to start fresh. That's what the relationship needs, is essentially walking into things not really attached to other people or other things, just a clean slate and no baggage, and just like walking in just completely ready and open for whatever is going to come. How they feel about you, we have the sun. And so this says that you shine the light on the world around him, and your radiance attracts success to him. So I feel like that's just indicating that he feels like you're just sunshine, you're so warm, you're happy. He feels like you're a bright spot in his life, and that he just feels like overall very like fun around you, and feels like he has a good time around you. His true intentions being the King of Cups, it does indicate that he wants to be someone that you can rely on, specifically in confidence, like in trust, and with your feelings, someone you know you can trust with your heart. That's something that he wants to be for you. And I have here for what you want is strength. So we'll take that very literally here. You said yes, uncertainty, in some moments, newer connection. That's right. I thought it was a newer connection. So we're going to take strength very literally. I don't always do this, but I think that you're just looking for a strong bond. You're looking for something that's not going to break, something that can be built structurally sound, that, you know, again, is not easily dissolvable or breakable. I feel like you're just looking for that strong connection with someone. Let's see. We have what they want is the Nine of Swords, and I can't imagine that somebody wants anxiety, so I'm getting a clarifying card here because I want to understand a little bit better what that means. Okay, so I feel like Jay has had trouble really understanding his place in other people's lives, respectively his romantic partner's life, but maybe even other types of relationships. And I think that he likes to know where he stands. I have the Six of Wands clarifying, and I feel like he likes to know where he stands in the connection. Like he can take hard truths. You can be completely honest with him, but beating around the bush is not good for him. He likes to know what you're thinking, where you stand, how you feel. And as soon as you know the answers to those questions, he also wants to know the answers to those questions. He doesn't like to be confused, I guess. He doesn't like to be, I don't know. He that's basically it. He likes to know where he stands in a relationship. Like, it's important to him to have the truth. So I think that's important to him about what it is he wants in a connection. He likes feeling that security of like, I know who I am to this person, and I know what they want from me, what they expect from me, and how they feel. And yeah, so what brings you together? We have the Two of Pentacles. It talks about balance, resourcefulness, adaptability, flexibility. And so, like, you guys could have a very busy life, but still know how to make time for one another. Very flexible, very adaptable. If things have to change at a moment's notice, you guys seem to really go with the flow, and that seems good, because relationships that can be malleable while still being strong and not breaking, but can still be flexible, is a good thing. It's important for that relationship to have that ability to go with the flow or be spontaneous, or not always be so rigid and not be so structured. What pulls you apart? We have the Four of Pentacles. I look at this as potentially just like, you guys. Well, okay, so let's just tell the actual reason of Four of Pentacles is where you're kind of stingy. Four of Pentacles can indicate that you want what's yours and you want to keep it to yourself and you don't really want to share it. So I suppose a weakness could be that if there's not generosity in the relationship, if you don't feel like you're being given to equally and he's not feeling that way, then that could become a problem in the connection. You both need to feel like you're being equally generous. Let's see. Energy around the relationship. So we have the Knight of Cups. So if I didn't know any better, I would say with this card, you guys are in the dating stage of the relationship. Knight of Cups talks about going on dates, having fun, enjoying one another, getting to know each other, and that is the energy of the relationship at this time. I also feel like this brings a confirmation about that you both are thinking about this connection romantically. So there's no like, I'm not really picking up right now that either of you are like, oh, let's just be friends. Maybe you don't know yet, but I think you're still very open to a romantic possibility. So we're not putting anybody in the friend zone just yet. I also see, as far as what's hidden, as the Page of Pentacles. So this card usually talks about good news or good things coming to you, exciting times ahead, like basically you hearing what you want to hear from someone. And so when we talk about what's hidden, it could be that he's wanting to come towards you to tell you something that maybe you've been waiting to hear, or looking forward to hearing, or just needing information on. But this usually talks about like him finding the opportunity to come forward and talk to you about these things. Or if it's not him, it could potentially be you that's bringing the good news, or just you find out good news is being brought to the relationship. Like, for example, if a conflict of yours was your schedules are completely opposite and it's really hard to find time together, he might come to tell you that he was offered a position where his shift will change, and then that will make more room for your relationship to continue. That's just an example. But basically, it just overall just seems like something good coming your way here with this connection. So that's what I've got for that, SB. And then I saw you donated for a BOGO. All right, so Bogo, first question. How does he view her? The donation list is going to close in about 7 minutes. So make sure that you are making your donations within that time frame. I am going to go ahead and take Fabian off the donation list because I don't see his donation come through. Fabian, if I'm wrong, please correct me. I said that question you wanted to ask was fine by me. I just needed to know when the donation was coming through. Okay, so SB, the first thing that's coming through is like liberator or liberation. So that makes me feel like he looks at you as someone who learns from the past. You're the type of person who might be breaking cycles either in your own life or in the lives of those around you, bringing attention to things that are no longer serving you or other people. You might view yourself as the cycle breaker of your generational cycles. But I think that the main thing here is that he sees you as someone who is like been there, done that. It's not for me and I'm not going to do it again. And slowly liberating yourself from expectations of other people and other things, and you're slowly finding what is working for you. And I think, thank you, Fabian. I will double check that in just a minute. I think that through conversation with you, he is discovering this type of information from you, from the things that you tell him. And so it makes him feel like you have a really good head on your shoulders and that you know what you want, you know what you're looking for. And I think that makes him feel good because it makes him feel like you know what you want is not going to put him in a position where he's going to feel like he's questioning his place in your life. And again, going back to like, that's important. He needs to know where he stands. So the less confused you are about what you want, the more secure he feels, because he knows that that's less bullshit you have to work through, because you're coming to the relationship knowing what you want, that you're freeing yourself from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, and overall that's also making you a better and more appealing person to him as well. Let's see. He feels like you have a free and loving heart. You're the type of person that will just help anyone. He may have noticed too, just in your interactions around him, like either the stories that you tell about your day, or if you guys are like hanging out together, the way that you interact with other people is something that makes him feel like you're a really good person. You have manners. Someone drops a piece of paper on the floor, you'll be the one to pick it up and be like, hey, you dropped this. You're just a very helpful person, a very thoughtful person, and he feels like it's not even hard for you to do. I think that he appreciates that and he admires that, because he thinks to himself, it's easy to her, but she doesn't realize how that's not easy for a lot of people. To be the way you are just comes so naturally, but to him it's like he admires it, because he's like, not everybody is like that, and it just comes so easy to her. So I think that's really sweet. He's saying that you're humble and that the things that are important to you are devoted to, that you show an eagerness to always be evolving, always be changing, always be learning. You don't ever come across as the type of person who's stuck in their ways, in that you have, an openness to hear the other side of things, and maybe be the type of person that's like, oh, change my mind. Like, this is what I've always thought, but I'm open to hearing your side of things. Let's see. He feels like you are compassionate. He can tell that you're a person of compassion and passion and desire. That you're the type of person who, maybe he's saying, like, I feel like she's been through something, and that makes her more down to earth. That makes her more open and forgiving and understanding of other people. So you are coming across lately a lot more confident, and I think to him this might be the only side that he's known of you, so it might come as a shock to him to know if you were ever different than that, because this is really all he's seen. But he looks at you as someone who is very confident. I don't know if there's something that you said about yourself that you were really proud of, and it didn't come across braggy or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, I know it's good, or I know, either like you're like, I've got it going for me, or I'm really good at this thing, or basically the way that you're talking about either yourself or this thing that you do or a talent of yours was very much like you were owning it. And it wasn't like you were showing off or bragging, but you were being very clear that this is something you're good at, and you're just very honest about that. And I think that he liked that. He liked that you celebrate the beauty that you see in yourself, and he feels like it can inspire other people to do the same thing and embrace the good things in life, because he's thinking, other people might feel like if they talk good about them or talk well about themselves and say something nice about themselves, it comes off as bragging. But you don't do that, yet you still talk well of yourself. And he's like, that's such a turn on. Like, that's so attractive. Because society has made us believe that if we're talking well about ourselves, that we're bragging, and that's not necessarily the case. It's like, I want to debunk that too. Me personally, talking as Luna, I want to debunk that. Like, if you're talking well about yourself, it doesn't mean you're bragging. It's a certain tone and a certain level of appreciation, but it's just like debunking the whole gossiping thing. I hate that. I don't think gossiping is a bad thing, and I can go on and on about that for the longest time. But I think it's just, things. Oh, you said you like that. I think it's just things that like we are taught to believe, so that way we don't do those things. And it's like, but why not? It's not bad. It's not a bad thing to talk well of yourself. You just want us to talk bad about ourselves, so it's like, I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, so that is what I've got for that question. Let's take a look at your last one here. All right, guys, all lists are closed now. I'm going to finish out the donations that I have, and then we are going to move on. We are working on SB at the moment. After that is Amy, and then after that is Fabian. Wait, oh, there we go. And let me just double check and see if any last minute donations have come through, just in case. Nope, it looks like we're good. All right, so, whoops, that was a boo-boo. Let me delete that. All right, that is correct. How will Leo and SB connection grow closer over time? How will Leo and SB connection grow over time? Oh my gosh, SB. Girl. Ugh, okay. I have just to start this reading off, we have Ace of Cups, and I was like, wow, okay, like that looks good to me. And the very second thing was Ten of Cups. So, I'm still pulling, and we're gonna talk about this, but wow. So Ace of Cups talks about new romance, and a lot of times with the Ace of Cups in a connection where you're not really sure where you stand, or potentially you just friends right now, this card talks about someone confessing their feelings, because it's a cup overflowing, and it's like, finally I'm letting these feelings that I've had and been holding back deep down, like I'm letting them out. And it shows like a cup overflowing of like feelings and like coming forth. So I view the Ace of Cups too as like confessions and like confessing feelings, and the start of something new. So that's very interesting. I also feel like the Ten of Cups indicates like the Ace of Cups being the first card and the Ten of Cups being the second card. It tells me that once these feelings are confessed, I think your relationship will move very, very quickly. Um, so if you are reciprocative of these feelings that he professes for you, then things will move along very quickly after that. It's almost like things just move along very fast. If you don't reciprocate those feelings, then I think it could still move very fast, but maybe in a direction of like towards a dead end. I don't know if this person would be willing once everything is out there. I don't know if they would be comfortable putting that genie back in the bottle. So yeah, but I see here with the Ten of Cups this desire to not only move things along very quickly, but also like go the distance. So I feel like this person would um there's this potential like hovering over your connection of like, this could be the person that I marry, this could be the person that I end up in a relationship with. um let's see I feel like there would be an excitement around it, because it would be like, well, we built that foundation, we learned how to trust one another, um we really took things in stride, we really took our time, and now things are paying off because we did things the right way. And so like there's this feeling of like, because we didn't rush into a connection, um and we really took our time getting to know one another, it's almost like once those feelings are expressed and things take off very quickly. um let's see, I think that there's a level of fear here, uh, because I think you both honestly like the way the relationship is right now. And maybe there's like confusion on whether or not you'd even want to change that. Is there an opportunity to change it? Would you rather just keep things the way that they are, or could something more develop here? And so I think there's a lot of fears and like the worry of, if it doesn't work out or if I get rejected, like that fear coming true can be scary. There's a lot of cards here with themes indicating perseverance, persevering until you reach a goal, or just perseverance in general, having that desire to keep going. And so that message to me feels like, well, it's a couple of things. I think the first thing is seeing this relationship through. Don't just leave it, don't just let it fizzle out. Either maintain it as a friendship or make it something more. But I feel like this is the type of person that you want to have in your life for a while. So try to maintain contact with one another and foster that relationship. Don't just like let it fall away, because it seems like at least a good friendship. But the other thing is that maybe you've been through a lot in relationships, and maybe he has too. And it shows the heart that you both have to persevere and keep trying to find your person, which you never know. Maybe that perseverance is leading you down the path towards one another, possibly. But I do feel like this relationship has always had this feeling like it could turn romantic. And I still feel that. I still feel like that's a possibility. Let's see. Now, the expression that they're showing me, SB, is make it or break it. Make it or break it. And I think that could be potentially what you guys are worried about, is that if I say something too soon or tell him that I'm interested in him, or I would be interested in him romantically, that might break the connection, because maybe that's something he's not ready for. He could also be thinking the same way. I think your connection has the possibility to go the distance. I really do. But I think it's one of those things where once you guys put it all out there, once you guys show your cards, if you guys are both in the right headspace to accept one another and one another's feelings, you guys will probably get married. If one of you or both of you are not in the position to accept this confession, I think that could very well abruptly end the relationship. So when you ask, will the connection grow closer over time? I think in one circumstance it can, and it would. But I think that you both, I don't know, I think it gets uncomfortable somehow. I think once feelings are talked about, if you guys aren't both in the same place, if like you start dating someone new, when he tells you that he has feelings for you, if you're like, yeah, like I had feelings for you too, but it's a little too late now, I think that might end it right there. So it's a yes and no. It's hard. It's like the relationship could grow forward romantically and go the distance, or it can even be friends and go the distance. But I think that there is that small chance that once those feelings are talked about, if one of you feel rejected, then I think that that's where the relationship will end. And then therefore, in that circumstance, the connection would not be able to grow closer. So yeah, but there is this level of romance here over this connection. It's something that I've sensed since the beginning of time, when you started asking about this person. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of you guys, when you finally feel like you just can't hold it in any longer, one or both of you finally like coming forward with, wanting to explore more of that dynamic of something more romantic, and then going from there. So I feel like that answered your question in like explicit detail, but I also feel like it didn't give you any definites. But I think that's because there's a lot of variables here in regards to your connection. I think that there's multiple paths this can take. This can take the friendship path. This can take a marriage path. But it's like it has to be handled with kid gloves, because if he starts dating someone and then you tell him your feelings, then it's too late. And same vice versa. You would then be put in a position where you have to choose. So I think that you guys can't wait too long, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Also don't want to do it too soon, but I feel like you'll know when you know, if you want to talk about it. But if you keep going on this path of dating other people and starting to form relationships with other people, I think that's going to lower and lower the chances of you and him becoming something more. So Amy, they're showing the Hangman and the Ace of Wands. So your kids are very intuitive, and it's something that I say about children all the time is you think you're hiding stuff from them, but they see it. They're innocent and they're pure, and a lot of times they can believe a lot of things. But when it comes to you, and your expressions and your how you're feeling, you can't hide it. So if you're trying to mask at work, for example, if you're um, just like basic, if you're trying to act like you're very energetic and you're very happy, but you're very tired and you're very emotionally drained, it's not really something you can hide from them. They see it. So it's almost like a message from them that there is a child or multiple children of yours that whenever you're trying to fake it or save face, if you're trying to act or like compartmentalize what you're going through just for the sake of their benefit, is that they can see through that. um, and I think that, there's nothing really to do with that. Um, can't really change it. You're probably still going to continue to do these things. Maybe if you're sad, like if you were crying at work or in your car and you came in and you were trying to act happy, for example, they know, they can see it. But there's nothing really to do about that. But it's just something that, you were asking, like, how they feel and think, and I'm just kind of like letting you know what's going on in their minds, because they're very intuitive. So they see you really trying to keep it together at times, even if things feel very chaotic for you. So if you're like somber, melancholy, not quite doing your best, but you're really trying, they see that. But they can also see through the facade as well. I think that they feel that you do a good job, like you do really well. They might see you working very hard. Maybe you're giving a lot of your attention to a lot of different kids at once. Maybe they're all trying to get your attention, but kids know, like, when you're invested in them, they can tell. And when you're not, they can also tell. And I think that to whatever like ability they're able to understand, they look at you and say, she works really hard. Like, she does a really good job. She works really hard. Again, they're kids, so they're going to look at you differently than like your mom would. Your mom's going to be like, she's such a hard worker. She does so good with those kids. Kids aren't going to think that, but kids are going to look at you and say, she invests in me. She gives me attention. She pays attention to me. And in that regard, that would loosely translate to, she's a hard worker. She works hard. She does a good job. Let's see. So I don't know if there's some type of like meditative exercises that you guys do, if it's like breathing techniques or count to 10. If you get angry, count to 10. Or like, let's, stop. Maybe there's like a cute little expression where it's like, stop, think, and then you speak. Or I don't know, cute little things that you say to kids to kind of give them these mantras every single day to live like a more peaceful life. My nephew, like, he loves to meditate, but there's like this thing here is that when their brains are getting very crazy, when they're feeling very overwhelmed or chaotic or excited, and they're like, jumping off the walls, it's like somehow you bring them back down to earth. So I don't know if there's a technique that you have with them. I don't know if it's like turning off all the lights and everyone take a break, or if there's some type of thing to kind of have them rally and get calm again. But they keep talking about the things that you're teaching them and how you're keeping their emotions in line, or teaching them how to regulate those feelings, those big feelings that they have. Let's see. Okay, so they don't want you to move away. They're saying that they don't want you to leave. They don't want you to move away. They want you to stay right here. So I feel like maybe there's high turnover where you are, or maybe they're just very attached to you. You know, they've latched on to you and they're just like, I don't want you to move away, like the other teachers, or I just, in general, I don't want you to move away. You provide a lot of love and comfort to them. We have the Page of Cups. So it's like you are cooperative, you're sensitive, you're thoughtful. You help them with their imagination and their emotional needs. And they feel comforted by you. They feel your kindness as well. Page of Cups talks about dependent youths, so like young children. So that's indicating that these young children depend on you. They really count on you to be there for them, and they appreciate that you're interested in their emotional needs. What is your other question? Oh no. No. It's not like that. It's not like that. They don't because they're not as outworldly needy. Yeah, I don't think it's anything like that. They could be feeling like they just need to give you your space. I think we don't give kids enough credit to be very intuitive beings. We've got to remember that the younger they are, the closer they are to the veil, you know? Especially, I feel like young boys are like definitely, but especially young girls, because they've got that power within them to, you know, bring new souls into the world when they're older. So they already have that like natural innate intuition, and then they just recently came from the other side, you know, like the younger they are, the closer they are to the other side. So it's just really important that you know, we keep that in mind and we give them that credit, which I feel like a lot of times we don't, and we should. Yeah, I was gonna say young boys are very sensitive for sure. I was gonna say I'm not gonna count out the young boys. And I think that's also important to nurture too, because they learn to deprogram that as they get older. And that's important to nurture that part of them. All right, so Fabian is last. Fabian, let's see, he did for a BOGO. Fabian, you can post your questions. Oh, never mind. I'm so sorry. You said your questions are in the notes. Let me remove that. Hold on. Yep. Okay. I got them. No worries. But Fabian, if you're here, feel free to check in with me. I will be with you soon. All right. Paper messages for Amy. So he's saying loving wish. Loving wish. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds nice. Loving wish. For some reason, I'm thinking of like the last name Loving. For some reason, last name Loving. But you know, it could be like a wish upon a star, or it could be a birthday wish, or it could be just something really sweet, like a loving thought that you've had about them recently. Let's see. He says that he sees. He says see protective. So I feel like that means he watches over you. He's watching over you. See protective. Oh my god, this is so funny. We have animal candle. Animal candle. You know what's reminding me of is like a jungle themed birthday cake, or like having your birthday somewhere like at the zoo, or literally a candle that has an animal on it. Or maybe, oh wait a second, hold on, you were talking about Hello Kitty earlier. I just suddenly saw Hello Kitty. I wonder, wait, when's your birthday? Whose birthday? His birthday? Maybe there's something that you're gonna do for him for his birthday that oh my god, loving wish. Maybe he's putting in his birthday wish right now. Maybe he's like, this is what I want for my birthday. Oh my god, that's so funny. His heavenly birthday, October 19th. Have you ever had like, I know you said you like Hello Kitty. Have you ever had a Hello Kitty birthday? May 20th. Is that Gemini season yet? May 20th is still Taurus. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Gemini yet. You wish you had a Hello Kitty birthday. Well, you're gonna make that happen. Messages. Eli, what do you want to tell her? What do you want to tell her? So I have the word fancy. You've gotten that before. It always makes me think like he fancies you, like he has a crush on you, or that he like really, really like finds you appealing and exciting. And it's like also like he fancies you, like he likes the way you look. And then also we can just use the word fancy, period, because fancies, it can just talk about being fancy or dressing up. Let's see. What do you want to tell her, Eli? What do you want to tell her? I feel like it's hard for me to get messages from him right now. It's usually so easy. I wonder if it's possible that he is just feeling like energetically tired or something. So I have the words finding skill, and that makes me feel like he is trying to figure out what his next steps are. I keep getting that message, and I got that message last time. Finding skill, it's making me feel like he's like searching, looking, like soul searching, trying to figure out what the next thing is he'll be good at. What is the next thing that he should do? Should he hang out, in the ether for a while. Maybe time goes by differently there. Or should he make decisions to come back Earthside, that kind of thing. Like, and I feel like I got that message before, but it's out. Oh, this is weird. I'm getting tingly. I feel like that's actually a message that you need to hear, is that he is trying to figure out what the next step should be for him. I don't think he's done. Like, I think that there is like a final resting place for people. Like once you have cleared your karma, you know, like once your karma is cleared and you have elevated to your highest self and your karma is balanced and you're like at ground zero, I think that you do have the option to go to a final resting place, but I don't think he's there yet. So I think he's trying to figure out whether to be a guide, guardian, or reincarnate, or something like that. Funny enough, Luna, I had this really nice fit. I said out loud, Eli, if you saw me in this outfit, you would not keep your hand off me. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because I know the mediumship writer says he's trying to learn his lessons. Yes, that's the word I was looking for, lessons, because I have finding skill. So it's like learning lessons, discovering lessons, trying to figure out what he's trying to do. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's not some sort of like school that he has to go through right now, you know. So I feel like he's busy. I'll be honest, whenever I do these paper messages, I usually feel him pretty close by, and I don't feel that tonight. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Let's see. Usually the messages come in quick and easy. These, yeah, karma things for sure. So we have would change generous. Would change generous. And so I feel like that's him saying that if he could do things all over again, he would do things differently. There's certain things that he feels he didn't do right, and now that he has been able to gain some perspective, he realized that it wasn't that hard. I think the difficult thing about being human is that we have our ego, and our ego always holds us back because our ego is here to help us survive. If we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't have fear, and we might kill ourselves on day one. If we didn't have ego, we wouldn't protect ourselves. We wouldn't, you know, there's just a lot that our ego does for us that's good for us because we are human and we are fragile beings. But I feel like now that he doesn't have an ego and he's just all love and all he's just on the other side, and he's just like, why was I even making that big of a deal? But it's easy for him to say from where he is now, because where he is now, he doesn't have to battle with the ego. If he got back into his body and he did have an ego to battle with, then he'd be like, wait, this is harder than I thought. So I think like his perspective is a little unfair, because he's not giving himself enough credit for when he was here and all of the things that he did do. But I do feel like he's saying, now that I know what I know, I would try harder. I would have like done things differently. I would have probably been more brave, things like that. That's what I feel like he's saying. There's always one thing I think to myself, like, gosh, Eli, I wish you would have done more sweet things. But I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's saying I would. Oh, he's saying greed. Maybe he felt like he was just too selfish with you. Maybe he felt like now that he's had that introspection, because I have the word introspection, he's like, I should have been worried about making you laugh more. I should have been worried about having fun with you and making sure you knew how I felt rather than allowing my selfishness to get in the way. He said I was stubborn, but now I'm aligned. Now I am in flow. So he has expose singing. And I feel like that's kind of like him on the other side trying to roast you. I feel almost like a bit of humor, because you do sing a lot, you sing to him, and it is something that I'm aware of. But him saying expose is almost like I'm gonna expose you. Like I hope that I don't know what this joke is. Did he ever make fun of you like for singing? Or how you sang, or that you sang all the time and joked around about it, or I don't know. It feels almost just like an inside joke between the two of you. But like, or maybe he's saying like you're singing to me too much, or I don't know. But there's some kind of like joke, but it's said very lovingly and like affectionate. But it feels kind of like he's cracking a joke at your expense. Yeah, maybe that's what he's talking about. No, I don't necessarily mean fun, making fun of you. I mean, and if I am saying making fun of you, I mean in a very affectionate, like loving way. Like something that he finds endearing about you, but he's like, oh no, not this again, like that kind of thing. But he loves it. Like he secretly loves it kind of thing. Sometimes we give people a hard time, but we give them a hard time about things that we actually really love about them, because then they'll do it more. It's like one of those things. I'm not trying to say he's like being mean or anything, but it just feels like he's giving you a hard time from the other side, because it seems like you guys had a very like joking relationship sometimes, and so maybe he's coming through just trying to kind of like laugh with you. I don't know. It's something like that. Okay, so that is where I'm gonna end it. I think leaving it on a note of fun and humor is probably a good place to leave that. Plus his messages weren't coming in super strong today. Let's see. All right, so that is what I have for you, Amy. Hey, Divine, I'm so sorry you missed the donations. Yeah, our list was short today. All right, so this is for Fabian. You're welcome, Amy. This is for Fabian. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks, Amy. I'm trying to get my tax stuff together lately. It's very complicated, and I've been procrastinating. And as you know, they're due on April 5th. Well, ours are due. I think it's April 15th. I think everyone's is due April 15th. But anyways, regardless, I hate taxes. So that's really what I've been doing during the day. But otherwise, we're doing really well over here. Thank you for asking. Ugh, it's awful. I hate taxes. Boo. All right, shuffling for Fabian. Amy, have a great night. first question. Nope, I don't need you to further clarify. Thank you, Fabian. Let's work on your first question. All right, so Fabian, there's some type of common ground that I feel that this person has with you. They may feel like you're a good match or that you're suited well on paper. It could also be that your families get along very well, or your families want you to be together. This could indicate a similar upbringing or tradition with you, similar morals, beliefs, value structures, things like that. If that does not sound correct, then let me know, because there is something here about needing to feel common ground with you, needing to feel like you guys have a lot of common interests. And there's this desire. So if you feel like that sounds right, I would say that's confirmation that she feels the same way as well. The Hierophant here talks about like traditions and things that are conventional. It also talks about like maybe you want marriage with her. It indicates that there could be like shared religions, even social groups like friends and family or other social structures. It could indicate that there's a commonality in your backgrounds just overall. And I do see here with the Six of Swords that she's running away. She's running away from this. She's feeling a bit scared, or like she's in hiding. Do you feel like you guys are do you feel like she's resisting this connection with you, Fabian? Do you feel like she's putting up a fight to this connection? Five of Wands. She's hot and cold with communication. Okay. I feel like she keeps putting up this resistance with you. I see here Five of Wands, conflict, struggle. I'm not picking up in and out or hot and cold energy, but I do see the resistance that she's putting up, and it feels intentional, and it does feel like she's running away from you. Why is she running away? Eight of Cups, abandonment, abandoning plans, letting go. Why is she running away? Seven of Cups, lots of options and choices. Okay, so I feel like there's some type of expectation that she feels is being placed on her through your relationship. And she is not ready to make that decision. She's not ready to make a choice here. And so she's running away from the problem, or running away from the decision with you. She's distant. How does she feel about him, please? How does she feel about him? How does she feel about him? How does she feel about him? So she is showing that she has love for you. She is showing that she can see herself being happy with you. And that you're a good partner for her. And she feels like hopeful that you guys can be together. But she does feel like she's juggling you and another situation. So it's interesting that you wanted a third party here, because or a third party reading, because it does feel like she feels like she has to decide or something. She feels torn here. Does she have obligations, Fabian? Does she have expectations that are being put onto her by other people in regards to her romantic relationship? That you know of? Okay, that makes sense, because I feel like there's expectations that are being put onto her from outside sources, and it's convoluting. Is that the word? Convoluting. It's interfering basically with her connection with you. I think she thinks that she could be very happy with you, but this seems like a very complicated situation for her. All my lists are closed. You'll have to come back another time. Thank you. So let's take a look at her and this other situation. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, Fabian. I was literally about to say this third party is pursuing her. I was literally about to use those exact words, because I have the Knight of Cups. Okay. So the Knight of Cups here indicates that the third party, him, the man, is the one that is trying to ask her out, go on dates with her, be with her. Making proposals towards her, offers, dates, invitations. The third party is the one taking action towards her. And so when you said he's pursuing her, I 100% was literally, you took the words right out of my mouth. And if you didn't say it, I was going to. So don't worry, we're on the same page here. And if you don't want to elaborate further, you don't have to. But I'm definitely picking that up. He's here out extending Ace of Pentacles. He's extending his hand with offers. The thing is that his offers are really good. Like, his offers are really good. He's offering her a lot of things that she feels like it would be really hard to turn down. So the things that he's offering as far as pentacles could be like material things. He could be offering her financial security. He could be saying, oh, I'll take care of you, you won't have to worry about a thing. And as a woman, that's very appealing, to not feel that they have to work or worry about, bills and payments. And or he could be really spoiling her with like gifts, and he could be showing off, his money, or he could be just like flaunting things in front of her that are really hard to say no to. So I feel like she's very taken right now and swept up in the moment with these offers that he's extending her way. I'm smelling cologne, so granted, that's a very everyman type of product. it does make me feel like he's, very clean, very much makes himself look good, makes himself look presentable. And a lot of times, like old fashioned ways, cologne shows money or wealth. So I don't really know like if he has money like that or if he has hit things together like that, but he's presenting himself that way to her and it's very appealing. Um he is offering her a lot of new things, new ideas, new plans. He might be offering to take her to new places that she hasn't seen before. Um, and he's very much standing his ground in this situation. We have Wheel of Fortune, so that could talk about money and wealth. What does she feel for him? Okay, so right now she's just looking at him as friends. I don't feel that she feels the connection with you or with him that she does for you. She's looking at him as friends. Three of Pentacles. I think that his offers are very appealing to her, but I think that she right now isn't able to fully see him romantically. But she's feeling very torn right now about what to do, and she does feel like this decision is hers to make. He's sabotaging your connection with her. He's the president of the company you work at. So he's probably really showing off to her then, because clearly he has status and he's using that to his advantage. But how she views him is right now just friends. I think she has a hard time seeing him romantically right now, but she is entertaining his offers because it's very appealing, what he's offering to her. So yeah, but I think if you wanted to know, I feel like you have the stronger connection with her. But because she's not ready to decide what to do, she feels like she's just trying to run away, because she doesn't want to make a decision. She feels like this is too much right now. But Fabian, that is what I have for you, okay? That is where I'm going to leave it. I hope this helps bring some clarity for you. And I am going to go ahead and sign off for the night. Everyone else that's hanging out, I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Thank you for the likes. If you haven't hit the like on your way out, please do so. I would very much appreciate it. You're welcome, Fabian. I'll talk to you guys later.